Hey guys, and welcome to Igloo, and I want to actually properly test this Assassin Sentinels theory that I put up in the other video to pretty much be nearly unkillable in certain types of situations. So let's get into it. So, this armor with Assassin Sentinel in PvP is going to be pretty much unkillable to a certain extent until your AP actually reduces. Now, the build that I have on screen is currently the build that I kind of would like to see properly when it comes to this kind of Assassin Sentinel type of build. And if you want to have strength to have a variety of different weapons versus perception, go for it. Because this is pretty much the combo when it comes to PvP killing kind of builds. Now, a few things that are important with this Assassin Sentinel. One, if you get lucky enough to get a AP regen roll, get it, because it's around anywhere from 5 to 10%, especially when it comes to the actual amounts of regen that it stacks per additive, not multiply. So once you're able to get all 5 pieces with this, on top of everything else, which again is really rare because I literally look like a hodgepodge mess with my armor. Okay, I just wanted to get all this stuff together and test out the properties with it, which I was able to do. So, with all the testing that I have, I was able to survive a few shots of 2-shot explosive, especially just going straight through it. Now, there's some people that actually have better 2-shot explosives that I was able to, get pelted by the damage, and some others weren't. So, and then there was also reports that your armor could get broken from somebody that was shooting you, but my armor personally didn't break, and it didn't lose any type of durability. But again, your mileage may vary. This game is very buggy in a lot of senses. So right now we're in uncharted territory, pretty much because we have these types of armors that we're finally being able to test and get available to.
You are now wanted. Yeah. Time. Jesus. That is like...
How are you guys?
Wow.
These guys in one
Usually I'm taking massive chunks even out of people you're right around your level. Holy fuck.
That's why I also put up the theory video, because I was kind of working on this video as well. So, while being fired upon and this whole testing, I only have 5 agility, and I was mainly testing with about 100 AP. So with this, most of the shots weren't able to one-shot me. There were some weapons that could, point blank with a shotgun. Some can one-shot kill me. This is not the end-all to be-all armor types, especially if you're not a pure build like I specified earlier. Because you're not a pure build with this kind of stuff, you're able to not be able to have mitigations that you might have the benefits for with having 15 agility compared to having only 5. Again, diminishing returns can be a benefactor. So, putting perk cards that can actually promote you to have quicker AP regen on top of everything else can make you a literal tank god. The point is to reduce the AP that you're actually going towards and have a higher increase than anything's fire rate. Now, the only thing that I know that can really kill you is poison effects, as well as the minigun and how fast the fire rate is, because as soon as your AP goes away by being shot up so much, that you actually will die in a pretty quick fashion, and it will kill you. That little bit of time for that Assassin Sentinel can be a life or death situation, especially in the current situations with all these 2-shot explosives that are currently available in the markets pretty much everywhere. So this is why I try to tell people, look, this is what can be offered for this armor. This armor can make you unkillable for most types of people, and probably around 95 to 98% of the population, especially if they don't have a pure build. But because you have this Assassin Sentinel, you're able to achieve wonders that most people cannot have with having a full set and pieces with everything else. So, personally, when I see everything else like this is for PvP stuff. There is also a unyielding Sentinel, a Bolstering Sentinel, a Vanguard Sentinel, and other Sentinel types that could actually like combine and be with Powered and be with some other mods. But again, we're in uncharted territory when it comes to most of this. So I had to do extensive testing for what I had as a variety in front of me. Now, again, this will not prevent being one-shot killed for every weapon. This is really good. Most of the people that were testing this were putting Demo Expert 5, putting full buffs on their weapons, going ham to kill me. Like, this is the ideal situation for killing this build. Most of the shots, because of reducing the AP regen, because I only had 5 AP, which is 100 AP in all of total, I was able to survive a majority of the time, maybe 2 to 3 shots, maybe 4 to 5 in some circumstances. With the lower fire rate weapons, I was able to survive longer or indefinitely because of the fire rate was so low that I was able to recover my AP pseudoli. Now, it doesn't show that my AP is technically going down in these videos because it's a little buggy. So on my side, my health is not going down. But on the other client side, the health is going down and instantly coming back up. Going down and instantly coming back up. Like the server is really confused about what is currently happening with your HP pool, and it's not really clarifying on the actual server side that you're actually losing health. So there's a lot of middle ground here when it comes to the server actually showing and authenticating the damage that you're actually receiving on your end. So again, there's a lot of give and take when it comes to this, so your mileage will vary based on the server you are actually on top of everything else, and on how much your ping is to the Amazon CloudFront server that you're actually connected to with Fallout 76. Because of all of this, there's a lot of variables when you're actually firing, getting everything else done, but because I wasn't able to have the pure build spec in order to actually do full-on pure testing, I would like to do that. So for everybody that's watching this video right now, if you're able to get this armor piece, this like holy grail gods here, you've been farming as well as mixing trades in so that you can actually do this. Like, honestly, personally, it took a week. It really honestly did. And I have this much resolve, and I wasted probably about 5, maybe 7k caps, and my base being like blown up twice so that I can actually do this proper testing just in the first round of doing this before I completely make a new character and get him to have 15 AP, and then give this character like a full build. And I think I'm gonna do this build with strength and agility, and like with at least 3 cards of perception for like lockpicking and like a bunch of other knickknacks. But it's just like, it's so crazy rare in order to find these pieces that it took like so long to get. So the other ones that are also part of this as well, I mentioned the Unyielding. Now, the Unyielding Sentinel, I think, for ninja builds for farming the queens is really efficient. So if you have a perception agility build, you should be able to achieve similar resolves with a Unyielding Sentinel or a Bolstering Sentinel, because the point is to have a min-max with this so that you actually can maximize your DPS when it comes to the Benefactor. This can also respond with standing still underneath with one-handed melee builds or two-handed melee builds. Having these types of Sentinels while standing still can be a big benefactor with taking less damage with queen killing, as well as a few other things. So, because there are many different types that could be viable, you have to play to the strengths of the actual legendary roles that you are actually provided. So, because there's a few other things that have been a very benefactor to this, as well as having padded or what's the other one, leaded or something like that. It will be up on the screen right now. But because you have these things, you reduce your stagger. Other mods that you can put on your weapons when you're doing PvP with this type of armor is to reduce stagger, because there's so many two-shot explosive weapons currently on the market, as well as being traded on the market and everything else. Personally, this is where you need to focus on to complete the build and to have a full package. In order for you to have this full package, you're going to have to be able to trade with somebody that has those mods learned and have the trust with that said person in order to do these kinds of trades, or you're going to have to dismantle hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pieces, maybe like too much. Like you would have to, because there is a percentage bug when it comes to breaking down and dismantling armor with the same durability compared to other durabilities, where you're not able to learn as much based on that, so you will have a hard time. My alternative will be getting treasure maps and having treasure maps to find these armor pieces and having a random possibility of doing this with a quest completion task, because there will be a completely different way of doing this with having these RNG pieces. But again, this is completely up to RNG if you do it this way, compared to making a piece, maybe breaking the durability by a little bit, or having your friend shoot you or something like that to engage, and then to have continual pieces learned. Mainly it's like a two-person operation when it comes to that, but I can definitely see people doing a one-person operation and having something like trapped or something that does damage to you to change the durability of that one piece that you've been wanting. Or maybe you can go to a low-level area, especially if you're a high-level person, and to be able to stagger or do something in order for you to have even further reduction so that you can vary your durability with that piece that you're wanting to get the mod for. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and comment down below. I literally spent a lot of time doing this, as well as grinding the crap out of this, so that I can not only be able to trade, so that I can get trade-ups in order to get all these pieces together, but at the same time being able to just do proper testing and just dumping all my resources into this so that I can actually give you guys my most accurate theory to put this out there, especially because this is such a hard as hell roll to get for every single piece of this. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content. Please like, I can't even talk today. Please like, please comment down below. And honestly, if you really like this stuff, I have a Patreon. Have a good one, guys. You guys are awesome and killing it. Peace.